Apparently war is not good for anything, today at least. What do you know? RNA. How exciting. All right, so you guys stare at this pic for a second. I am going to make a quick tweet and let people know that we are indeed streaming. What's the MC3 hashtag these days? Somebody's got to... Really? Is it Mythic Championship III? That's... Wow. That's a heck of a hashtag there, Watsy. Oh yeah, let me get my get out of your way as I do my tweet. But yeah, really, that's the not like MC3. It's Mythic Championship 3 hashtag MC. Okay, all right, Watsy. That's a mouthful of a hashtag, but your brand. Oh yeah, we'll just have to, I'll tell you what the land is. That's a, you know, cool gate there. But yeah, I'm going to leave that there. Almost there. Thank you for your patience. We'll get started in earnest shortly. Okay, thank you. I have tweeted, we have tweeted, we're tweeted, and now we're looking here. So we've got 20 gems versus Grotesque Demise versus Savage Smash. You could talk Frilled Mystic, maybe even Summary Judgment, but really Grotesque Demise is the best starting point for deck power, and then Rampage of the Clans is really only gems. It may even wheel. I guess rares don't really wheel these days with the bots. I think they tightened that up. That's one of the suggestions I would have made if I, if I were on the team. I would have said, in fact, I did on the, we can just increase the rate at which bots take rares if we don't want them. Anyway, general tips about this set. I like going into the Esper colors most. I like Esper control-y type decks in the format. I know that seems like maybe it's me every time, but it's not. If aggro is king, I go aggro. Like M19, I was always looking to be Boros because I felt Boros was the best color in that format, for example. But in this case, Esper control-ish colors is great. Yeah, and we're only missing the Demise, and we don't know where we're at. I'm gonna go, and I don't think this is gonna wheel, so I'm gonna take gems. We're 4x on this one. Well, we get our old friend, the Gate Colossus. Kind of consensus best two-color pair in the format is Orzhov. Look at this pack as an Orzhov concern. We've got Oligarch, Thrall, Rudian, Consign, Bellhunt, Panther. It's like this is a very Orzhov heavy pack. Nick ends up blue a lot, at least. I think you in here you end up in. You talking in general, Nick, or in this format specifically? Oh, also, it probably means we have functioning draft picks. Hooray, that's fun. Yeah, we'll take Gate Colossus. I kind of just want to be Orzhov, but you can't really pass a Gate Colossus. It's like rare level power at uncommon. Blade Juggler jumps out at me here. There is another Frilled Mystic, Skatewing Spy, also powerful. We could start taking gates, but I don't think we want to take a gate here over Juggler or Skatewing. I think it's between Juggler or Skatewing. Excuse me. Down with the Juggler? Me too. Let's take Juggler. Wizards has been designing right in your wheelhouse for a long time there then, huh, Nick? Just every time. Exactly what you want. Savage Smash is indeed Savage. Cry tends not to function very well in the black decks of the format because it tends to kill all of your great black creatures. We could snag a Guildgate Plaza, which is also a gate for the Colossus. It's probably a gate pick here over Smash. We could take Smash. If green-red is wide open, we could pivot to Savage Smash and just play the Gate Colossus. You don't need too many gates to run the Gate Colossus. The bots don't value it as high as the humans do in this format, so a lot of people are running it. It's kind of a Gate Colossus heavy format, really. And a lot of times as I'm drafting, I'm thinking about what I need to have in my deck against opposing Gate Colossi. Yeah, I'm with Nick that generally if you're gating, you want to be green anyway, especially because you get open the gates, which we might even wheel here. I can be down with the Plaza. Try to wheel this. Another Blade Juggler is more appealing to me than something like a Clan Guild Mage. And another Plaza. This is getting weird because Blade Juggler and Plaza aren't exactly friends in terms of the decks they like to end up in. You know, with Blade Juggler, you want to be curving out and playing this on 3 when you can. And this doesn't really seem to be supporting that. We're not taking a Thirsting Shade. There's a vote for it. I don't know if that's a real suggestion or not, but if you are out there, if you're in chat right now and Thirsting Shade looks like a solid pick to you here, I'm going to say no. We really try not to play Thirsting Shade. Yes, it's on color. Yes, you can envision a world where this gets through and activates your Blade Juggler on 3, but mostly this is just a dead card, so we really don't want Thirsting Shade in our deck at all. We're just going to take another Plaza here and acknowledge that we're in a little bit of a weird spot, but that's cool. Okay, that's cool, Bruce. I figured it was probably an ironic wink at me, but you never know. They're obviously we run into it all the time in play, so there are people out there who think this is a fine pick, especially when you've started heavy black. But yeah, we'll take another Plaza here. See where we go. Chili Bee jumps out at me as being pretty late here. Could end up in... this is not really a Dimir format, but again, Esper Control is a real thing. We could also just grab the available gate. But I think Chillbringer is just too strong here to take the gate for. Again, this isn't necessarily a heavy gate deck. We already have a couple. We only need a couple more gates before I'm quite happy to be playing the Colossus, so I'm going to take the strongest spell. Now, speaking of strongest spell, we're now in a spot where the Sauroform Hybrid, which the bots also don't value, is here late. But Blade Brand and Consign are both playable in this Blade Juggler color of ours. Sentinel's Mark can do some work in the format. Sentinel's Mark on Gate Colossus is something else. For that first attack, at least, when you get the life link. Where are y'all at on this here? Hybrid on strength. Boy, I guess we could get into 5-color nonsense. I don't want to be Golgari, and Blade Juggler plus Hybrid is... I don't really play Hybrid and Blade Juggler in the same deck often. So, don't know. Where are you all at on this? You still want the Hybrid, huh? Probably just want the black or the one of the black cards, really. We could be Simic. Could be Simic, Splashing Jugglers or whatever. All right, I'll take the hybrid. It's just the best card. We're not passing too much to take it, but I bet we don't play this. But maybe we do take a Gate here over an Imp. We're back to our pick 1. Thank you for the sub. I think the Gate is probably better than the Imp here. It was getting a little muddled. A little bit muddled. Wowie! Okay. Okay. We're going to take a Thrall and see about swinging back to an Esper type deck. Shimmer, Viscopa. Viscopa can actually be reasonable if you're trying to gate your way to a long game. Shimmer's also fine. If we do end up Esper, it's fine. It's not great. I'm going to take Vampire here. I'm going to remove this Sora form. Ooh, but there's an Open the Gates. Like maybe we just 5-color gate stuff. I guess we take this just in case. Not like there's much else there to consider. Trumpeter versus Humongulus. I guess we Trumpeter, but we're probably not playing either of these. But if we do end up Esper, sometimes you end up with the High Alert deck, which, you know, you deal damage equal to your creature's toughness, which is... reasonable. These don't. None of these really matter. I don't think we're gonna play either. Maybe we do the Growth Spiral Gate thing, but probably not. Well, Kaya we're gonna take for gems no matter what. Unlikely to play her, but we'll see. She can be annoying, but we're gonna take gems here.
This will be child's play.
All right, this is a more interesting pick. Wow, this is quite a pick. What the heck are we doing, folks? It doesn't look like a drafted pack. This just looks like a booster pack that I opened right here. So, I would love this Gate, but we might have to try and wheel that. I don't think we're in Sunder Shaman land. We're not going to be that radical in our switching. I don't think we're this, really. I'll leave it for now, but what are we really doing? I think we got to respect the Orzhov we saw open and try and still lean in the Esper direction. Yeah, so then it's Binding or Gate or Juggler. We'll take, yeah, let's take a Binding. There's an Angel for the Gate strategy, and it's the best card here, really. There's Skewer, but pretty easy Angel. You like Guildmage, Eduardo? Yeah, I like the Guildmage is fine, but I think if we're heading towards Esper Gates, we want to take the Angel. That's fair. I'm going to take the Angel, but that's fair. Whoa! All right. I want to just take this pack, get the Gate, and all of this goodness. I don't know if High Alert actually does that much for us, but I like Acuity, I like Binding, I like Insight. Probably just want another Binding, though. We probably want to... Whoa, what's going on there? Let's get rid of the... I don't think we're doing the green thing at all. We should just focus in on Esper Gates. I'm going to leave the Guild Gate because we might... I mean, this is a tap for colorless in what we've got going, but we may be so desperate for Gates that we play it, but... Well, is it Clear the Mind time? I don't know if it's Clear the Mind time. Where are you at? Yeah, I think it's just Binding and not Acuity. Eduardo wants to pivot to Clear the Mind, but with Colossus and Angel, I don't know if we actually want to do that. Like, we already have win conditions, and like Clear the Mind is like an alternate win condition, is in my mind. I'm just going to take the binding and... All right, I could take a final payment. I would like a Dead Revels, but I'm actually going to take the gate. I really want this final payment, but we need to support our gate stuff. And this is if this were not an Esper gate, I wouldn't take it. So if there's been an off gate, so I'm going to take the gate. That was a tough one, though. Oh, same tough pick. Another final payment option or an Azorius gate, which is, maybe Orzhov is so wide open we don't need to worry about it and we'll pick some up. There's some support for Rakdos. Yeah, Slimebind is another option. I would just take final payment over Slimebind, though. So I think it's Guildgate and... Yeah, I'm with you. Clear the Mind is among the best decks in the format, and if we pick one up, that we were basically drafting Clear the Mind, we just don't have a Clear the Mind yet, right? So I'm gonna take the gate. Probably another gate here over a Shimmer, even though it's a half-color gate. Dead Revels, or we can take a Clear the Mind. I don't think we want High Alert. High Alert is a really non-bow actually for us, except with everything except this Trumper that we hope to not play anyway. All right. Yeah, Carrion can make the cut. It's not great. Ooh, nice. I like a Savant, but we're not passing this gate. Half-color gate number 2 really enables us to splash some red if we want. The Trumpeter may be playable and because it can actually be activated. But Consign the Pit is reasonable removal. There's some support for Concordia Pegasus. I don't know if I like Concordia Pegasus outside of more of a High Alert style build. But we are pretty low on 2s. So it could come in and just play some kind of defense. We do have a couple jugglers, as Windraven is pointing out, but I don't want to play a mediocre card just to trigger jugglers, but I also don't know if we're really playing a consign. Keep passing removal, though. We've got what? We've got the 2 bindings, and that's it on removal. Yeah, I'm going to take the removal narrowly here, but that was... Wow, 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 wow. Wow. Okay. Gate or Insight? One, two, three, four, 5 gates already that we're happy with. And we got a pack to go. Oh, that's tough to pass a gate here, but yeah, I guess we take Insight. That's tough. And Dead Revels? Yes, over the Locket. Yeah, we'll take Revels. We got 20 gems right there. We've got not much else. This is another pretty easy gems. I mean, we got the Pontiff. Pontiff is fine. Syndicate Guildmage, also fine. Yeah, we'll take gems. These aren't that impactful for what we're doing here. Here's another opportunity for gems, also for not much loss other than a Guildmage. And we got to watch out, though. We've taken a lot of gates, so we also got to keep in mind in our playables. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We're only at 15 playables. So I'm actually going to take the guild mage here. I would like gems, but we got to keep playables in mind. I don't think this is completely unplayable, but I don't think it's going to be good in our deck, good enough in our deck. And I don't think Verity Circle is playable, no. It's too clunky, too slow. I'm never happy to play this. Sometimes it does something, but 5 mana is too much. Kaya doesn't do much either. I like Kaya out of the board. I mean, we may have to play her because we just don't have much going on, but like, Kaya is a little too rock, scissors, paper for me. Thank you, Bino. She's going to be good in some matchups and near blank in others, and I hate playing things that can be a near blank in some matchups. But yeah, I'm going to take this guild mage out of concern for making sure we make playables. Hey, here we get to take a rare that is helping us make playables. That's cool. It's quite good. Locket, off-color, half-color gate. Yeah, we should wheel the junk troller though, right? Probably wheel that. Sky tether is acceptable? Yeah. We got enough going on in the air that's fine. Essence Capture caught my eye, but I like Orzhov Enforcer more here for giving us a 2-drop. Well, this is a 2-drop too, but this is a 2-drop we're more likely to be able to play on 2, and it really helps stretch our game long. So pretty straightforward Enforcer here. We can add an IGI, or probably just another Insight, though. Looks like there's some IGI support, but I don't think we need an IGI. I think we just want another Insight. Clear the Mind to loop forever, or that final payment that we keep passing. What do you think? I don't necessarily think we need the second Clear the Mind. I think the first one ought to keep us from decking. So I kind of like the final payment. And yeah, we can take this for the same reason I took the other Death Toucher. It's reasonable to throw some Panther action down. Thought Collapse. Is that a little too much blue? Kind of pretty splashy on the blue, so I'm less inclined to Thought Collapse here and more inclined to just be splashing blue. Which leaves us with what? Senate Courier? I'm not going to splash that. Footlight Fiend? Nah. Locket? Maybe we just take a Locket. I'm actually on Locket here. Our 3s are pretty deep, though, but we might play it. Exposed to Daylight is fine. Like to have one of those main. And here's a Junk Troller we can consider running. Another Azorius Locket. Wow, the gates really dried up pack 3. I mean, there were gates there, but none that were in our Esper colors. So glad I picked up the gates when we did. Yeah, I'm not gonna play that. Another Locket to consider, but not playing 2, so we'll just throw that on the board. 100 gem grind, love that. The rewards of a 4X account with a little rare drafting. I think the Angel is still good for us, though. I think we ended up fine. 4 cuts. Well, let's throw the... hope that's here. I think Kaya's a cut. We can talk about that if you... Oh, is this a new cursor? Why would it say plus when if I click it, it minuses, though? Yeah, definitely cutting a locket. Could even cut clear the mine, but maybe I like having one just in case. You can definitely go pretty long in these grindy matchups. Yeah, we can cut junk troller, agreed. Yeah, exposed to daylight is actually pretty good in this format. There are a ton of enchantment-based removal spells and real game-ending threats like IGI and real rare bombs like the Orzhov six drop that the name escapes me, but that you lose to on the spot if you don't deal with it. I think we're close. Maybe we maybe we don't need to run this consign and we just live off of tether, payment, and double binding. Absolution, yeah. Well, CTM is preventing us from decking, which can be a real concern. And we can cut it. But even just one cycle through with CTM sometimes is enough to keep you from decking. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, right now Trumpeter's in because of 2 CMC, and we can run, we probably won't run this gate, but we can run the Rakdos gate. And then you've got three ways to activate it. And as a Menace 2-drop, it does a good job of enabling Blade Jugglers. That's my thinking. Oh yeah, I'm probably in the wrong place though. That would help if I would get out of your way. Make it a little easier. Let's see, what do we like? Do we like this? We're not playing second expose, first clear, second locket, or Kaya. Jay can't join us today, actually. So, but I do have some Ravnica constructed decks. If you want, actually, here, what I'm gonna post this. This is a big long link. If one of my mods is around and wants to turn this into a command for like goldfish, like this would be a good goldfish command. This is the search link to search MTG Goldfish for decks containing Brewing Optimal in the title, which brings up all of the decks that Jay and I have made, and it includes a bunch of starting point decks for the Ravnica constructed, and I have some thoughts on that, and we'll definitely get into that later after we finish this draft. Yeah, we could cut the... I was thinking the consign was cuttable. That was kind of where I was at. And then, again, Clear the Mind doesn't do a ton, but I kind of just like it as protection since this format can just absolutely go long. Oh, we're at 16 lands. That's a good... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. No, this is 17. It doesn't show us the number anymore. That's a problem. There you go. Yeah. And let's see, let's look at, we are splashing the blue, so that seems like a lot of blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They've got 8 blue on the default. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 white, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 8, 8, 8. So we kind of want to do bam, 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 and make it 997 or 996. I think 996 is going to be correct here. Yeah, I mean, maybe we could run Kaya. She does, like... I was way down. I was, like, on unplayable main with her at the beginning. But with the way the format plays out, she's not unplayable. She just has the chance to be pretty weak in the matchup. The unplayable green rare we took for gems was Rampage of the Clans. Pretty darn unplayable. Back to RNA. Let's give this a try. Let's get to drafting. I'm such a deliberate thinking gamer that, you know, I'll take, on these asynchronous games I play, I'll take 20 minutes on a turn that if I were live, I would make in a couple minutes, you know, so I'm if I don't watch myself, I can go super deep into the tank. And I'm trying to do that less on stream. I feel like I spend too much time in the tank on decisions when we should be playing. So that's something I'm working on. But let me update record stuff here. Hopefully we have retired the free-to-play 2 account. Basically anything that I would have done on free-to-play 2 before, and I'm just going to do on the paid account now. All right. RNA, we're back. And right where we left off, in Esper Control. A lot of planes in this opener. Battlefield view. But that's keepable. Plaza makes it all nice. I like this deck. I think I would put par at 4.5 even. 4.5 maybe a little egotistical. Yeah, we'll call it par 4. Esper Control and Ravnica Constructed. I do have, if you check the link I pasted, in fact, here, I think I can just, no, can't repaste, never mind. Let's get to this turn for a second, though. I was going to just lock it, but with Juggler, let's play the Spirit and try and juggle next turn. The way I approached building some Rav decks was to take a look at Standard and take a look at the decks that were least impacted by the loss of non-Ravnica block cards and modified the ones that seemed pretty close, and I think that was a good way to do it. I think we got some good starting points, and if you go to that link I posted, which I'll paste again here, all of the decks that have capital RAV in them are Ravnica block decks, or I tried to make them. It's possible that I accidentally left non-Ravnica cards in those decks, but I didn't have the format to... Oh, Reckless Rage. Oh, darn it. Yeah, that's a big one. Like I said, I made these without the context of having a thing checking my work, so it looks like the Feather one needs adjusting. Sorry, Oppo, not trying to... tank on you. Alright, we're gonna juggle and hope for a land. Gate would be nice. Alright, we'll take the land. And actually, I will go and fix that. I don't want any bad card. Or at least, let's see. What should we... What you guys can do is fix that for me. What should we replace the Reckless Rage in the Feather deck with? One of the things I note about the... And I'll get into this more when we're focused on it, but I wanted to look at what the critical... in every deck, staple, common, uncommon, even rare, whatever, staple cards that are lost from standard with this event. And it's an interesting list. I think kind of the biggest ones for me are the loss of Shock and Lightning Strike. So red decks losing Shock and Lightning Strike is just like guts their ability to do their thing. And then Llanowar Elves. Green not having Llanowar Elves is just makes all the green decks seem so much worse to me. Yeah, Firebrand, like mono red is really rough. In fact, mono red, like any of the decks that use the CCC spells, the CCC rares from M19, you know, the blue, red. Yeah, Chain Whirler, like, yeah, mono red, the scourge of mono red comes to an end with this format. Wow, this feels like constructed over here with a lot of great stuff from Oppo. Do we want to... Probably want to play the Gate, either Gate or Insight here. And I'm willing to trade, so I'm going to play Insight and gain 2, draw 2, find a land, and then we'll look to try and trade off the Juggler. No attacks. Could they reprint those in the new set in the fall? They could reprint anything. I'm not sure what those you meant. They probably won't reprint rares from recent sets, though. Yeah, the meta should be slower, not only because of the loss of red, but because also everybody... You got to play a bunch of tap lands, so... The lack of Llanowar Elves and the lack of tap lands, all... Oh, we might be getting blown out here. Well, it's not really a blowout. It's going to be a... Yeah, we'll take that. So be it. Alright, that's nice. We can now... Vampire and have Binding. And try and do that trade... And have Final Payment and Binding up. Let's do that. Yeah, aggro white is gone. The mono decks, like mono blue, mono white, mono red, they're all terrible. They're all just awful. I think what's going to happen is you're going to see some modified standard decks that remove the non-war stuff and a lot of, frankly, guild decks. I think it's going to be a 2-color format a lot of the time. I'm going to bind the Goblin and try and trade for this Brush Strider. Alright, that's great for us that happened. Hopefully we don't see anything too scary here. We do have a final payment, so they get one big scary thing. Yeah, we can make that final payment. Gonna lock it for that, though. We're gonna lock it in final payment here. I could wait until they put mana into it, I suppose. They're red-green, so it's not like they would have been able to counter it or something. So that was a little hasty. I didn't need to do it then. All right, now hopefully our Colossus is enough here. Caretaker is not particularly playable. Don't try this at home, kids. Caretaker is right there with the Grazer in Deceptive, not actually a Birds of Paradise silly type card. We're at low enough life here. And we're about to gain 2. But I think we just hold back the Colossus and try to press our advantage in the air. Although it looks like they're itching to do something to kill it. Alright. It's not laughing at the binding anymore, Rob. I'll sandbag the land. All right, we're stable, but I'm a little uncomfortable that we're just like a lost Colossus away from trouble. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just hard cast a Juggler. See what we get. A gate which we will save to recover our Colossus, if it comes to that. And I will play this land, and now we do have an activation on Trumpeter if we want. And we don't have Crack the Locket, but that's coming. Hear that low-level crackle? Is that like an audio bug? I feel like we shouldn't be hearing a fire in the fireplace, but here we are. Oh, I wonder if this is... I don't know. That plus just showed up. I didn't do anything on purpose for that. Huh, okay. They must be 2 for wanting themselves here. Well, that's two for 0. Alright, they're 3 for wanting themselves to get rid of the Colossus, which we're going to put back on top of Library, so I'm feeling pretty good about this. Oppo a little desperate to deal with the Colossus, and I get that, but it's gonna... that's a lot of resources to give up in that fight. Maybe I need to rope on purpose and re-trigger that audio so it'll stop or something. Let's see. I'm willing to trade the Juggler for the Maka, I suppose, in this spot. Let's... Or can we race? Let's see. If we're sending 5 and they're sending 2, we do win the race, and we can use the tether if we need to, and we have the locket to crack. So I'm going to actually get aggro here. It's not trivial, but you can definitely put it together, yes. It's not trivially easy, though. Oh, wait, let me do this right. We want to do it this way, so we have locket cracking. Glad I caught that. Now we got a locket to crack before we untap, and a Sky Tether if they drop anything super scary. Of course, a Sky Tethered creature can still block, so but hopefully that won't matter. We even get an attack with a trumpeter if we want it. I don't think we're going to bother. I'm just going to sky tether. Well, maybe I don't need to. We can play the Enforcer. I'm going to save the sky tether for later, just in case. What would you pick early to put yourself in the Gates deck? One of the payoffs? Yeah, the early Colossuses tend to put me in the Gate deck. But all the payoffs are pretty good, but the ones that really turn me to the deck are Colossus and the Ram, Gatebreaker Ram. Gates Ablaze. Yeah, Colossus, Ram, and Gates Ablaze, really. We can do this action, though. And Trumpeter, yeah, let's start with a Trumpeter attack, though. Actually, we'll leave Enforcer back and send both of these. Hey, Vaporkin. Why aren't you a Mythic Champ? Because Magic's freaking hard. Doing some RNA. RNA won the voting, so we're back at this game. Rid of that. We did it! And the freaking rope finally stopped. Whew. All right. I also got to tell you, in 5 minutes, Fontaine's DC tickets go on sale, and by God, I'm not missing it this time. Y'all, I played Fontaine's DC on this channel back in November. Why are we in sub-only mode? I didn't set that. Sub-only chat mode? Goodness, that's terrible. Let me go see if I can look at my dashboard and figure that out. I also need, sorry, yeah, anyway, a band I really like came to town recently. They were just the opener for an act, and the tickets sold out immediately, and scalped tickets were in the neighborhood of $200 for what was a $20 show. And oh yeah, I don't know, looks like I don't need to do sub-only mode. Looks like people unsubbed are able to chat. Anyway, but Fontaine's DC is kind of blowing up, and so they're coming back to Seattle in September to headline a show, and the tickets go on sale for that in a couple of minutes. And I am midstream shamelessly going to secure my concert tickets so that I don't miss them this time. Get my wallet ready. I will not share my number on stream, though. So yes, while we wait, let's take a second to go into collection and talk about what is lost with the stuff that I think is super important that we've lost. Duress. Oh no, I don't want to craft it. What are you doing? I just want to... Oh, here, let's make a new deck. There we go. I want to make a deck of the critical cards that are now gone. Oops. Lightning Strike. Big Teferi. Opt is out. I'm just gonna put one of these in to represent this whole cycle is gone. This is one of the biggest losses, is this cycle of lands. Makes mana all really terrible in the format. Negate. Vraska's Contempt. So like any what I'm doing is making note of some of the key players in Standard that we lose in this Ravnica only format. So this is just based on me browsing the decks last night. Oh, how about search? This is gone. Yeah, everything with explore. That whole thing is gone. So I just want to be, I'm just trying to make us aware. And also I'm killing time because I have in 1 minute a chance to buy tickets to see Fontaine's DC in September. And I'm absolutely going to do that. You can't stop me. I'm going to buy as many tickets as they'll let me. Okay, here we go. 10 o'clock. Four tickets. I'll figure out who I'm taking later. I'm going to Fontaine's DC, and I'm taking 3 people with me. Vaporkin, you've asked that question a million times now. Seriously, dude, what do I have to do to tell you? Fontaine's DC. Fontaine's DC. Are you just trolling me? Fontaine's DC. They're awesome. Check them out. I've played a couple songs a while ago on the break as a break song. All right, yeah. What else? Carnage Tyrant gone. Legion's Landing, yeah, that's a big one. That destroys the. Oh, I just don't have any. Legion's Landing, Benalia. What's the +1/+1 dude? It doesn't let me look for that. But like Chain Whirler is out. Is it Jin? Yeah, Tempest Djinn is out, and I forget the name of the white one. Yeah, Cast Down is a relevant one. There's not a lot of great 2-mana black removal spells now. Green-white tokens is a deck that is decimated by the loss of non-Ravnica stuff. For example, I mean, maybe it's there. I didn't really see it. I looked up tokens and didn't quite see it. If we look at... where is it? Here's a Selesnya tokens build. Here's a green-white tokens build that's kind of the current standard, and we see you've got Thorn Lieutenant. But this is the big deal. The Sapling Migration and Thorn Lieutenant and Immortal Sun. There's just, and Legion's Landing and History of Benalia. There's just all these things that all the main token makers are just kind of gone. I think it loses too much. You got to replace History of Benalia, Legion's Landing, Immortal Sun, and Sapling Migration. And Thorn Lieutenant, and it just feels like that's too much. But maybe you can come up with something, I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, Choop. Moment. These are, yeah, a lot of the critical standard stuff is gone, and this is, we'll call this Lost in Rav. And then also to give you the flip side, we go done. Okay. Cards that have not been showing up as much in standard that I think are some replacements here. Lava Coil, Veto. I think this is going to be an Elder Spell format. I think Sky Tether is your secret tech. Not a lot of 1 and 2 mana removal to replace what we lost in the lost column. And if you are not trying to attack on the ground, really consider Sky Tether a big game for this format. I made a note of Righteous Blow. This could be a metagame choice if that matters, but I was just trying to find 1 mana stuff to use. Also, Chemist's Insight has been on the downtick, and Chemist's Insight is a good replacement. Yeah, Fire is not in the, it goes in the other pile, right? That's the thing. There's no, if you look at like red cards in these 3 sets and look at ones that deal damage, like you've got Pyrohelix, Triumph that doesn't go to the face, Heartfire you could try to find a way to use, Greeting doesn't go to the face. This is why Lava Coils, like, or Direct Current, you know, Skewer, like the tools that red has in this format are just pretty miserable. So that's why I think the red Scourge will not be a thing, and it's going to be a much slower format with a lot of the decks playing the gates instead of dual lands and everything's slowing down because you don't have the early game and you're playing tap lands more. So that's my prediction. Little preview. Sure, we can save that and exit and get back to our draft. But I wanted to talk about that. You can think about that as your deck building. Okay, the deck box, thanks. I'll do that next time. Why don't they have that in the filters? It's not very discoverable. I don't click on the deck box too much. Well, we got a plaza, so we're going to keep this. Got to find some land, but double Sphinx's Insight and some removal makes me think we'll get there. Yeah, I have a black-red deck. I don't know about I don't know what makes it a black-red deck aristocrats per se, but I have kind of a Mardu aggro, or just a Rakdos aggro. All right, we really want land off the top. It'd be great if it were untapped, but I'll take literally anything. Give me a gate, that's fine too. Just land. All right, nice. And we're still not even quite there. Still need to plead for land off the top. Oh yeah, I like that. That's a good build from Saffron Olive there. Looked like a more tuned version of the untuned one I put together in that. But it's got Firebrand in it, which doesn't work. Is that just an accident? Looks like it's totally Arena. Maybe it's just that's why it's so good. It's only got a couple of ones that don't work. Yeah, okay, it's just a standard deck. Yeah, well, that's great. It's only got Priest is. Yeah, that's a good one. Only loses the one or two cards. Plaguecrafter, I guess. No, Plaguecrafter works too. Yeah, nice. All right, land. Sorry, Oppo. Truly not trying to torture you. Found land. I'm gonna Insight instead of Imp. We're not under a lot of pressure. They might counter it, but so be it. We have another Insight. And we still need land, which is another reason I did that. Really want to keep the land flowing. All right, found another land. They're keeping mana up, and they paused. They paused when we played our Insight, so maybe they do have a counter, and they were choosing not to play it there. I'm going to offer them up a Trumpeter. And then we'll have Final Payment and Law Mage's Binding for their turn. And if they want to counter this, that's no big deal. Yeah, again, no big deal. Even with the counter. I think we'll take 2 from that and see if there's a better binding target. What are they thinking of targeting? They have a play. What have they got? 2 mana. Must be the Mark. Probably that Mark. In which case I kind of want to let them continue making that thing bigger. It's the only thing that makes sense to me. Sentinel's Mark. Could have been, I guess, it was tapped, so it also could have been that deal damage to tapped creature that they could technically cast on their own thing. Yeah, we'll take this too. See what happens. Yeah, Summary Judgment was the one I was thinking about. Huh, they don't want to do anything here. They want to do more counters, huh? More counters, you say. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and try the Imp this time. Saving Chili Bee. If they want to do more essence captures, that's fine. It just makes the eventual death of that Pegasus better. We've successfully offered them our lesser creatures for their essence captures, and now hopefully they tap out for something less than awesome and we can just safely Chillbringer. Hard to say that's less than awesome, but maybe we just go ahead and do a final payment and a binding here. If we final payment the Angel, it has the graveyard capability, but if we bind it, it stays on the battlefield and could potentially be saved. You know, there's a lot of things blue and white can do to save an Angel of Grace under a Law Mage's binding, so I'm going to payment the Angel and bind the Pegasus. It does allow them to graveyard do it, but whatever. That's okay. Alright, see if we can stabilize from here. I mean, we're stable. See if we can stay stable from here. And there you go. That's why I didn't want the Angel there. And it resets the Pegasus, though, so not a big deal. This Chili Bee on here.
All right, everyone, chill.
Stop pointing at my Chillbringer, Oppo. You leave my Chillbringer alone. Oh, he did. Another gate. Sometimes you can sandbag gates in anticipation of getting your Colossus back, but I think in this case we play it to support our Angel life gain. I don't think we need to gain the life now, though. I think I like attack and juggle and vampire. Although then they can crack back pretty hard. Maybe I'm just fancy playing it and we should just play the Angel here. They do have 2 more spells. That could be a problem. Yeah, it's feels a lot easier without the Planeswalker pressure. Yeah, I know we don't want to play it into, and they seem to have something, but it's, I don't know. I'm gonna do, gosh, if they make a 4/5, that's too much. So I guess we don't attack. If we play Vampire, we're not leaving open Insight. We only have 6 mana. It still might be correct, but... yeah, we can't do Juggler since we didn't attack. I'm going to go with Insight here. Gets around Quench, and if they have something for this, I'm happy to be able to get these cast. The attack with the Pegasus is weird and concerning. What does it mean? Do we call that bluff? What are they up to? I mean, this is expensive, so I guess it could be a +1, +2, +2. Is there a single mana, single white +2/+2 effect? Not sure it matters. Yeah, and we were kind of seeing that coming, but it only gives it +1/+2, right? Yeah, Zeal. Could be Zeal. If it's Zeal, that's alright. We'll drop the Angel. Although this says a 4/5 is trouble. But we gotta deal with... if it's a Zeal, we gotta trigger that eventually. So let's trigger the Zeal. Yeah, it could be Duelist. Duelist doesn't stop us, though. Zeal is what hurts, but we can't play around it. We gotta just we gotta make them have it, and then find our own answers to what's left behind. All right, that's perfect. Like, they get their card, but they don't get to make the Skate Wing big. That was best case scenario, really. I was ready to lose our Chillbringer to a pump spell. But we get to drop Angel now. We even get to, if we get a land. All right, so we play land 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2. Yeah, we can play Locket, land, and Angel here. Is that right? Yeah, I want to make sure I've got it. Yeah, I don't like how Oppo played that turn, but they were hoping we blocked differently than we did, maybe? Now we sit back and we can double block a 4/5 for a 1/1 if they're out of tricks. We're at 16 now, so we're not necessarily in a spot where we are having to fear the Skate Wing. Like, we could even just take this and let them make it a 4/5. But I guess if they make it a 4/5, then they have exactly 2 mana left over. We didn't see much going on from that. With the way Oppo's been playing, I'm inclined to draw this, but they probably are just looking to trade the Watchdog for one of these two, which is pretty fair, actually. I think with the Vampire and the Spirit, maybe we just take this and we let them, if they want to use their whole turn to buff the Skate Wing, that's fine, and we start actually racing. I'm going to try going the other direction on them. What what I'm hoping for is if we drop the spirit, like, they're going to have to put the dog in front of the spirit eventually. And the vampire buys us some time. I don't like that either. They didn't get life out of it. But they are putting us to the test now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 9. So I like a Thrall and a Spirit here. Although, let's see, maybe I should be thinking about attacking. I could also just play the Juggler while we can. But I kind of want to get this nasty thing starting to attack. I want to draw cards too, but like we've got good cards out. It's not like we need specific cards. Yeah, I'm going to play the Spirit, actually. And 5, 7 is pretty intimidating. I guess we stay back. Fortunately, 5 power is not enough to kill 2 of our 3 flyers. So if they don't have anything else, we can still throw everything on the Skatewing Spy and trade one of our flyers for the Watchdog. It does leave us in trouble for the follow-up, though. I think we've got to do it, though. Right? We do that. They save it. I mean, if they have something here, then we're in serious trouble. But I think we got to do this. We're trading for a doggy here, but I think we got to do it. We got a lot of answers, a lot of things we could find to solve this Skatewing Spy situation. It's fine. It's not great. Yeah, that makes it a lot less great, but still not... Yeah, that's a lot less great. Might need to go hunting now. That's not really fine. Come on. That's not great, but we're going to send in the Spirit, see what we get. Yeah, but it trades 1 for 1 with the things that we were needing multiples of to be able to deal with the big threat. Like, it's GRS, it's a 1 for 1, but it's a 1 for 1 that significantly affects our ability to fight the fights on other fronts that we want to fight. I'm going to save the gate now in case we get Colossus and want to get it back. I could crack the locket, and maybe we find... I only have the 1 final payment, huh? Everything flies, so this isn't going to be blocking anything. It could crack back the other direction for some life, but I'm going to crack the locket here. No, I don't think we did. All right, we'll play the Panther. I did that because there were several 2-mana spells that we could, or 1 or 2 mana that we could draw to help primarily Sky Tether. I guess it was just digging for Sky Tether there. We also have a binding to dig for. Yeah, we're still on 2. It's been pretty grindy game here. We're a bit all in on finding Law Mage's Binding or Sky Tether from here. Yeah, I wouldn't... Okay, that says a lot, though. Pegasus back. Oh. Alright. Well, we're gonna block like this and like this. Not much else to do. Can't really beat that. We didn't play around anything like that because we weren't going to be able to beat a spell like that. Let's see, what could save us from here? We draw a removal spell. That's not a removal spell. But we would need to have drawn a removal spell, then Blade Juggler, and drawn our other removal spell. Then we wouldn't be dead. As it is, they got us. Yeah, there's not even really anything... I guess we... No, I shouldn't throw in the towel yet. I should look for that Sky Tether at the least, and do that with a Pestilent Spirit attack first. Attack with the ground stuff. One time, dealer. Come on. It'd be fun to survive for another turn. No luck there. Do we have anything we got to do? Okay, we can get the final payment back, maybe. Spell has Death Touch. Funny. Alright, we really tried. We really dug as deep as we could, but no luck. So it goes. I didn't feel like we misplayed much, if at all, there. So that's my main goal. Man, it's been a rough week on that front. I've been a humbling week on streaming. Yesterday, in particular, just felt like I think part of it was when I have a larger viewership. Basically, I'm used to chat helping. Chat, despite all the jokes about chat lethal, I have found chat to be quite helpful. This looks great. But it was a spot where chat was making it worse for me. I was like looking... Oh yeah, Motor City, the link to the... You can absolutely start throwing around codes in that... You can start doling out codes. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, it was just tough, humbling yesterday, because where chat is usually helpful, yesterday it felt like every time I looked, there were so many disparate suggestions on how to proceed, it was actually making it worse. And I had to get to the point where I was like, I need to not look, accept that I might make a mistake, and just focus on my game and come up with my plan, you know? Well... was hoping to sneak in the Enforcer to get that Juggler down. I'm going to go ahead and attack. If they want to trade, we get a flyer out of it. Alright, they didn't want to trade, which is even better. We get to juggle. Yeah, we'll offer up both of these. I'm a little worried they've got counter magic. May drop the vampire over the spirit here. If I'm going to get countered, I'd rather have this vampire get countered. Lost some of our gates, but here's one we can add. And then we have Thrall, Chillbringer, Spirit. Nice hand left. Uh-oh, facing another spy. I'm gonna send an Enforcer and then drop the Thrall. They're not gonna block the Enforcer. And we'll chill next turn. So this can become a 3/4, and that would make it flying, and it would be able to eat the Thrall, so we're going to keep an eye out on that, and instead just pin it down.
All right, everyone, chill.
Keeping that down for one more turn is going to be great for us. Then we got to see what we can do to get it out of the way of our creatures. Uh-oh.
All right, everyone, chill.
Chilly all over the place. Yeah, we'll offer these two. Let's see, we can Sphinxes and Panther or Pestilent Spirit. I'm going to Spirit and Panther. We'll Insight next turn. Spirit is... these can attack... All of these can attack into this Gatewing Spy, so I like that. Alright, that was enough for Oppo. You got it, I guess. We did have an Exposed for that, too. That would have been fun. Actually, did he get out? Yes. All right, I'm going to get a beverage refresh. I'll be right back. All right. All right, that looks good too. Hey, Pale Pete. No immediate concerns from Terramander. It can become a dragon eventually, but not super intimidating right off the bat. Gonna sneak in this Pestilent Spirit while they can't counter anything. Alright, we started out with Espertron, but we need some more land here. Bummer, but they had to use premium first pickable removal to do that. We could vamp here, but I am really looking for land, so I'm going to do this. Really want land. Didn't find it. Boo. Alright, there's some. I'm going to attack first. We may juggle, and in which case we may find a gate, which we would rather play over this plains. So let's juggle. I don't want to tether anything yet. Probably tethering the Terramander eventually, but let's let them spend on it first. Well, on their turn 5, they didn't have anything to do with all their mana better than vigilancing their courier, so that's good for us. Well, we got a doggy again. Trying to figure out if there's any meaningful reason to attack with a juggler. Yeah, it could be high alert. Probably just Esper control that might be running a high alert. Kills dog if we attack. Well, but they just block with their courier is the thing. But nothing on the ground is blocking though, so we'll send it in. Okay. Happy to get rid of that doggy. Yeah, that's great. Vampire. Vampire pretty bad against the courier. Makes us either give up on using the vampire very effectively or makes us use a removal on the courier. I don't particularly like either of those, but... let's insight. Try to find land. Alright. That'll head us towards Colossus as well. That's nice. But we have no good attacks. Next turn we'll do Plaza, Tether, and Binding ahead of getting Colossus out, I think. There's the high alert. We got exposed for that if we're not just dead on the spot, though. All right, land is good as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 6. We either need to operate on 6 or 4. If we operate on 6, we get 3 removal spells, and given the high alert, that's nice. We could go exposed to daylight, and then final payment, or expose binding. Yeah, I mean, the Menace dude gets to attack no matter what, because we're not blocking any of that stuff. Should attack with everything. And then, when they figure out the block here, that's when we final payment it. We're gonna final payment... We want dead the most. This doesn't matter all that much. Yeah, I guess we could keep the lifelinker, but to what end? I mean, it's not really getting through. We can do that. So you think keep the lifelinker. I guess if we're doing 3 removal spells, we can. I don't know. I don't know about this. But I gotta make a call. And then we'll tether the Thrall and bind the Pteramander. Oh, we can still expose, though. Let me go to full control. Do we just lose? Did I just lose? Oh, we don't just lose. Tether doesn't work yet. We're going to expose this, and then it will. But let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And they do have the 8, so... If they send in there... So we actually just have to bind now. Oh, you got a counter? That would be sad. Then we just lose. Alright, we're gonna go to 2. And then expose and try and stabilize. Go back to 5 if they attack. Oh, let's get out of full control. Oh, we could chili. And then we don't need to expose immediately. And we can even play the Plaza. Let's chill in Plaza.
All right, everyone, chill.
Oh, that's a good point. Well, we're still going to gain 3. So we're still not dead, even if they do that. Oh, that's a little bit more trouble. Now we kind of are dead. Shoot. 1 fairy duelist. Oh, we're not dead. I guess we have to just chump with the Chillbringer, though. It's not even a chump, it's a trade. Dob? How are we Dob? Now we may be. I think I misplayed that. We should have had a win here, or at least at least be still in this fight. I think I missequenced the last few turns to not properly defend against stuff they might have had. Yeah, too bad. All right, let's try and recover. I think Ben S wins that one. I gotta say, being back here in RNA, I don't like it. I'm kind of done with this format, especially on Arena. Like, oh yeah, everybody's playing Gates and High Alert. Like, ugh. I know we're just gonna lose to that. Jesus. I don't know if I'll draft again. We might switch to doing some of the constructed stuff. Since it's Constructed Friday and I got a lot of decks to try out, we might do some of that. And we're going to do it soon. I don't know, like, yes, we have the tools in our deck to defeat a opening hand Sphinx, but we need, that's rough. Oh, hey, Fiddle, since you're here, the link I whispered you yesterday has a fresh crop of codes that Mama is using to give away right now. You can jump back in on that game if you want. Go. Okay, we got a binding at least for the... Oh, well, they can't even cast this where they're headed right now. Can't expect that to continue per se, but not bad for us in the short term. Hey, Red Hot Llama. Magic the Gathering is the single greatest game ever designed. If I may start out so bold. It's the original build your own deck strategy card game. It's kind of the game that Hearthstone was derived from and a lot of other strategy card games that you see digitally these days. It's been around for 25 years though. And basically you have a deck that's a mix of land and spells, and the land tap for mana that you use to cast the spells. So the spell cost is in the upper right corner there. It's 2 and a white, so we need 1 white mana and then 2 of anything, and then we can cast this spell if we wanted, for example. You get to play 1 land per turn, so your ability to cast stuff increases over the course of the game. We currently don't have any black mana, we only have blue and white. And we can't really cast anything very useful here, so we're going to pass. But yeah, Red Hot, if you enjoy strategy gaming, Magic is one of the best, truly. Very deep, very complex. So if you like deep, complex strategy games, you're in the right place. So we're just going to bind here. Plaza gets us towards Juggler and helps give us some life with the Angel. So we'll do this. Vaporkin also has a good suggestion. Run, fool. If you really like strategy games, it may take over your life to the point that you don't like. But come on, it takes over our lives in a way that we love. That's why it takes over our lives. But, you know thyself. Well, we're not doing much, but... Well, I was gonna say Oppo isn't either, but that really helps. You're gonna draw a card, gain some life. Yeah, it's hard to just jump right in here, Red Hot Llama, but download MTG Arena, Magic the Gathering Arena, and give it a shot. There's a tutorial that's not great, but it'll get you going. Yeah, we can expose that. In fact, should do it now before they do anything to bounce it back, huh? Let's do that. You think it's good? Maybe it got better. I don't think it was good. Yeah, I'm gonna... Well, the Imp is pretty weak, really. Really want the Imp. It does fly, but so does our Angel. Alright, I'll keep it narrowly. It's not great. Not great, but it's something to do. I'm gonna low-value Angel here, though, while they're tapped out of blue. Can't counter it. Right on, Inert. What are you playing tonight? What do you do when you play with your friends? Let's see. What can we do to help Red Hot here at least understand a little bit of what's going on? So I told you how, like, these are the lands you play each turn, and they generate their mana. And upper right corner is the casting cost. The numbers on the creatures are their power and toughness. The first number is power. That's how much damage they deal in combat. And the toughness is how much damage it takes to kill them. And at the end of each turn, all creatures heal back up to their full health. So you got to kill them all in one turn. You can't do it over the course of several turns. The rules text. So things untap each turn, so you get to reuse it. You know, you tap to indicate use, and then untap to start your turn to indicate that you can use again. In this case, probably going to chill bring. Got another Terramander we're dealing with. That's going to be rough. Yeah, tap means turn to the side. It just shows usage. I'm going to chill bring, though.
All right, everyone, chill.
Courier at least gives us an attack with the Angel. I guess the other big thing to understand Red Hot is combat. When you each turn you have a combat phase. The swirling stuff on this indicates that it's got summoning sickness. It can't attack the turn it enters the battlefield. So I couldn't attack with this one even if I wanted to. But when you declare attacks, you declare all of your attackers at once. Ooh, we just got hit with a kind of a big spell, but it doubled our life total and we lost half, but it doesn't do anything else other than that, so it's not really the problem. The problem is that we can't stop these Twilight Panthers right now, but we'll do it next turn here. Get a juggler out that we can do that with. I'm not going to block here, though. Oh yeah, Grizzly Bears, Lightning Bolt, and Giant Growth. The OG how to play cards. Now, They don't have anything dead. I'm gonna play the juggler. We'll draw a card, pay a life. Oh, final. We couldn't have kept up black anyway, but that's useful if we can survive. It's not like on Steam, you just search for it. I mean, if you just do a Google search for MTG Arena, you should find a download link. Oh, the memes, Vaporkin. Two of the memes. The Chillbringer meme was made by Valhalla's Chosen, that viewer. And so, the Thunder Drake and Chillbringer were made by Valhalla's Chosen, and the rest were made by my son, Oliver. Well, that's nerve-wracking. Suggests maybe they've got Blade Brand is what I'm expecting from this Senate career, which is unfortunate, but I'm going to double block to make sure it dies at least. He's 16, and if you want to pay him, I'm sure he would love to make memes for money. All right, we're gonna try this. See what they've got. I'm expecting Blade Brand taking out our Angel, but we got to do what we got to do. No, they're just giving me the Angel, or they're not the Angel, their Courier. Ah, I see. Trying to get to lethal. Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. We can get some life back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Carrion Imp plus Insight is the most life, so we're going to do that. Sorry. I don't know. I'm not... the going rate for me is room and board. I don't know what the going rate for the rest... And apparently streaming and room and board are what I offer in exchange for memes. I don't know about cash though. You could make an argument that I should have just final paymented the Terramander since it's going to be a big trouble soon. But I think we're just going to have to chump the Terramander and then final payment it later. We got more life coming here, so this scry every turn, also not great. Now they scry to the top, that's intimidating. Are we about to 2-3, a par 4? Not great, but magic is magic. It's not always easy. I like this, though. We get to Thrall and then have final payment up. We'll see if they have a counter here or something. But we gotta try. Not gonna not cast the Thrall out of fear. And actually maybe attack with the... Can we attack with anything? We're at 7 now. We're gonna attack with the Archway Angel. Because we have the blockers on the other side. And I'm trying to get him to do something where we can final payment for some significant value. And we could juggle here, but no, we're going to keep final payment up. And I'm going to play the Guildgate. I guess we don't need to play it. If we get Colossus, do we need it for recovering Colossus? Maybe. I'm going to play it. I think we got to just have all the mana we can as we're trying to survive here. Hey, thank you, Sketch. Appreciate that. I know I'm losing a lot of viewers today to the Mythic Championship 3, but pretty cool that we're 100. I'm happy to be at 100 in a day when I'm competing with an event like that, so that's cool. We do have a Clear the Mind. That's too bad. We're gonna have to give up the Angel as it's tapped, and we need the rest on D, I think. Thordalis, glad you liked that show. It was fun to do. Let's see, what are we doing here? We got a final payment, the Terramander eventually, but we're going to try and trade Thralls and force at least the Panther to use some mana, and then we're going to sack the Imp and take out the Terramander. What difference does it make, Rob? I don't understand your comment, Rob. I don't understand how it makes a difference. So, Oppo is tanking a little bit. I don't know why. He's going to activate the Panther. Yeah, that's what we expected. And then we're going to sack the Imp. Take out their big flyer. Man, if we can recover and somehow find a way to win through Sphinx giving them Scry every single turn, I'll be impressed with ourselves. In this case, we have the 8, so I'm just going to hard cast here. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we can hard cast Blade Juggler, hard cast Pestilent Spirit. And making sure that leaves us with what we need. It does. Alright, Juggler, give us something cool. What you got? A land. A land is not super cool, but whatever. Well, gotta reduce them from 41 to 0 somehow. Starts now. They kept something on top, so it's not like this is a land. I just don't know what they're up to. We'll find out. This we gotta offer, and unfortunately offer. Just gonna keep offering. We got Locket to get some cards soon. Good one. All right, we really need some Locket help now. Removal, please. Not what I was thinking about, but this does the job. This is an answer, so I can't complain. Technically an answer. And we'll do Panther. And Plaza for the Plaza. Although at this point, I like Plaza for the possible Colossus. Library doesn't matter too much for us. We have a Clear the Mind. They're at 20, so maybe we can get them to 0 through that means. Gonna have to go to 2 here and then hope the Guild Mage is enough to keep the Sphinx at bay. Don't kill us. Ugh. Woo! Ooh, so much for the old par 4, huh? But we weren't gonna play around that. I mean, you gotta take that. That's gonna happen. Yeah, pretty ugly. Not my favorite result, of course, especially when we parted at 4. It was a fine deck. Just fine. Wasn't amazing, but a very good deck. I'd be happy to take that deck in most circumstances. We got 100 off the grind, though. And then we're going to get a little more right now for this pack. It was even a mythic. So 340 gems off of a 2 for 3. Not that bad, really. Blast zone. All right, thank you to you YouTube friends for checking out this draft. And we'll see you at the next one.